Narcissists are like a virus. Narcissists are like a virus, like spreading through your body, your soul and your mind. They're like malware, shutting you down. Distorting your reality. Denying your reality. Twisting the truth. Misinterpreting it. Misleading you. Deceiving you and bringing you into this distorted, entangled fantasy, this enmeshed place where you lose your identity. They change the narrative, deflecting everything back onto you. It's like any truth that you give to them, they just want to deflect it and give you a lie, because they're pathological liars. They want to change everything around, have you discombobulated, disorientated, disillusioned. Spread their virus into every part of your body and just take control of you, because they have insatiable needs for power and control, and they have a pathological sense of self-importance coupled with a lack of empathy. They have cognitive empathy or cold empathy, and with that they're able to see through the chinks in your armour. They're able to see your weaknesses, your frailties, your foibles, things. They can see these things and can take advantage of it. They imitate our empathy. They imitate warm empathy to make you think in the beginning that, yeah, I do care. I do love you. I do have the best intentions for you. You know, that they've got heart and feelings, and that they can put themselves in your shoes. When in reality they can't. Because they lack empathy. They don't have effective empathy. They have cold empathy. But they emulate this. They emulate and they imitate. You know, we like to think that everyone has our best intentions. You know, when we grew up and stuff, like our parents or our loved ones, they might have told us like, like everyone's got their best intentions for you. Everyone's cool and everything. You know, but you realise as time goes on, like, get into these situations and you realise it is a cold world and that everyone doesn't have your best intentions. You know, particularly when you get into, relationships with narcissists. And you find out how cold they are and how disillusioned they are, like delusional, and how they want to take all your freedom away from you, enslave you. You know, it's like you're entering into a cult. You're entering into a cult where they just want to take away all your freedoms. They want to install all this, all these wrong perceptions of yourself. you know, to the point where you can't even perceive your own body anymore. You're so like in this cloud of, like, you're in this dissociative state where you have amnesia, you know, you have derealization, where everything feels like, you know, you're in this living nightmare. It's like a horror movie. You're in this kind of dreamlike state all the time. And you feel like, you know, who's going to understand this? No one's going to understand this. You feel trapped and confused. You know, the narcissist has you isolated. They take away your friends, your family, and everything like that. It's like chipping away at you. It's like breaking you down. You know, with all the gaslighting. It's like, yeah, they're the cult leader and they're indoctrinating you with all these falsities, all this deception and lies. And they give you the hot and cold, you know, the push and pull, up and down, pleasure and pain. Everything's good for a day maybe, and then you'll have, you know, all this horrifying stuff happening again. All this traumatizing stuff where they're just projecting onto you, projecting all negativity and insecurities. All this toxicity that they hate about themselves. It's like they're drip feeding you poison, just inducing you into this nightmare world, this place where they live daily. This low vibrational place where it's all about misery and hatred and shame. They just want to project all that onto you. They want you to own it so you'll accept it. So you'll own it and go, yeah, maybe it's something, I'm doing something wrong. So they can get you to doubt yourself when it's got nothing to do with us. But they want to have us believe in that, in their delusional minds. But yeah, they just want to enslave you, trap you. And it's like the trauma bond is like a byproduct of what they do, because they, you know, they just want to shut you down. Take away all the best things about you, all the beautiful qualities about you. And like transfer all the toxicity onto you and take all the beautiful things about you. It's like this transfer. And it's like they don't ever want to be accountable. You know, there's no grey area with them. It's like everything's either good, bad, right or wrong. You know, they can never see anyone else's opinion. It's like they, you know, they just want to shut it down and deflect it. Because they've got this grandiosity. You know, this self-importance it's all about them. Everything's about them. You know, they're in a world of their own. They're in this fantasy, you know. They're imprisoned They're in a prison of delusions. And it's like if we hang around them, you just get sicker. You just get, you feel like you're going crazy because they're just transferring all this insanity onto you. But yeah, they have to misinterpret everything. They have to change the narrative. They're never to blame. They have to blame you. Why do they have to blame you? It's because they need to torture you. They need to destroy you. They need to, destroy your life. They need to disappoint you. They need to terrorize you. Because in their delusional mind, you're like their substitute mother. You're like the mother, parental figure. And it's like they're rewriting the script. They're rewriting, the narrative. It's like the big payback. Because in the original story, when they were younger, they were nothing. They were treated like an object by their mother, by their parental figures. They were objectified. They were nothing. They were isolated. They were abused. They were victimized. They were traumatized. And now it's like it's time for them to redo the story, rewrite the script, where it's like you're the parental figure now, you're the mother, and they've got to dump it all onto you now. So that's why they've got to traumatize you, terrorize you, abuse you, use you, inflict all this pain onto you. It's like the big payback. They want you to own all their trauma and all the things that, that their original mother did to them. That's in their mind. And now you're taking their place. So they have to unleash all the abuse onto you now. So you wear it. So they feel like they're free. So they feel like they're in control. Because when they were younger, they weren't in control. They were objectified, traumatized, victimized. Treated like nothing. And now they just want to change the narrative. They want to dump it all onto you now. All their trauma. And it's like when we love them and we show them affection and everything, they just see that as like an obstruction. Like you're getting in the way. Like your love's getting in the way of me dumping all my trauma onto you. It's like, why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep trying to love me and wrap your arms around me and care about me and, show me affection and everything like that? You're just obstructing me. You're just undermining me. You're just preventing me from traumatizing you, from dumping my thing because they find it hard to. They find it hard to do that. They find it when we're loving them. Because we're beautiful people. We're empathic people. We've got love to give. We want to love them. We want to show empathy for them. We want to put our feet in their shoes. We want to see, how we can help. because we're loving, kind people, we're empathic people, but they don't have this. All they're looking to do is just cause, they just want to abuse us, want to traumatize us, torment us, torture us, and just unload all their trauma onto us. So they can feel clean, so they can feel like they're healed, they can feel like they're in control. But they're like, yeah, stop loving me, stop getting in my way. That's why they push us away. That's why they say, well, they're saying to themselves, like, I hate how he's doing that, or I hate how she's doing that. She's getting in the way because, I want to traumatize them. I want to cause them pain. I want to torture them. But they just keep on restricting me. They keep on getting in my way. And we're thinking, like, what's going on? All we want to do is love them, and we want to, help them, and we want them to be happy. We want to be happy together with them. But that's not on their agenda. That's not on their mind. They're not about commitment. They're not about a relationship. They're not about a loving relationship, and where there's loyalty and where there's understanding and where there's compassion and respect. That's not even on their mind, because they know they can't do any of that. Because they don't have love, they don't have that effective empathy, so they're not able to connect with us like that. No, what's on their mind is traumatizing us, terrorizing us, torturing us, abusing us, using us, treating us like an object. Objectifying us. We're like extensions for them. They're like, like we become like objects of gratification. They can't even hear us. When we're talking to them, it's like they just filter out all the information. They're sitting there like robots. You get this uncanny valley effect. You feel awkward, you're sitting near them and they're not talking to you. You might even be asking them questions and things like that. You're trying to have deep discussions and you can't. But there's no personality. What you think is a personality is just groups of behaviours or things that they've learnt from other people, and they've just attached it to their mask. It's like you're sitting there with an android. You're sitting there like with a, something computer generated, like it's just a simulation. It's just a simulation. It's just a person. It's like this robot. It's like an android. And you're trying to have a discussion with it. And that's why we get this uncanny valley feeling, like something's off. Something's like, it's off key. Something's wrong, It's like they may even come back with something that's completely off the topic, and you're like, what? Like things just don't add up. Things aren't like clicking together right. There's something, something not right there. It's because there's no actual, real personality there. There's no authenticity. There's no truth there. It's just a person that's just been stealing all these characteristics from people around them and things that they've learnt on their phone and, you know, on their computers and things like that, and they've just adapted it to their, you know, to their false personality. They've just attached it to their mask. And so when they're roaming around and they're looking for new supply, you know, they're using this. You know, they give you the impression that they've got confidence and stuff like that. It's not even confidence, it's arrogance. You know, it's just this grandiose, you know, this self-importance, you know, this pathological sense of self-importance, you know. It's all false. It's a false character. They're just looking to just, you know, trick and trap the person, you know, and dump all their toxicity onto you. And it's like malware. It's just, you know, shutting down your computer, you know, shutting down yourself. It's like you're the computer and they're just shutting you down with this, like, you know, Trojan horse that's like entered into your program. It's like, you know, breaking down your personality, changing who you are, terrorizing you, you know, going through all your, you know, your documents and just rewriting everything. It's just going into everything. It's just destroying everything inside it.